Sophomore year at the Point. You're a murderer or an accessory to murder. Either way, you're gonna get burned at the stake. Nobody's gonna bail you out.
It was awful.
It was awful. Go ahead. What, she violated a code? She cheated? She lied? What?
Worse.
Drugs.
Worse.
Rape.
Worse.
What's worse than rape?
When you find that out, then you'll know everything, won't you?
How's it going, everyone? Jeff here with End of Corruption. It's been a good hot minute since I last made a video, a couple weeks now, and you're probably wondering, why did I start this one off with a clip from that pretty good movie back in the 90s, I think it was. If you haven't guessed it, it's The General's Daughter with John Travolta. And so why did I play that clip? And why is my theme for this video what's worse than rape? Well, I'll tell you the point of it. So if you're familiar with that movie, General's Daughter, the answer to that question posed by John Travolta, what's worse than rape? Don't want to give it away to anyone who hasn't seen it yet, though. But what ended up being worse than rape was betrayal. The protagonist? Antagonist? I don't know. But the general's daughter in the movie, who was raped, what was worse than that was her father, the general, betraying her by demanding her silence on the issue so it wouldn't ruin the image of the Corps or something to that effect. I haven't watched in a long time. But so in that case, the moral of the story there was betrayal is actually worse than rape itself. And I think that's apt, and that ties in pretty well to how I'm going to equate this to our political system and our two parties in our country. So we have two political parties in this country. One, I think most people would agree, is, well, first of all, they're both screwed up. But one is just in your face, obviously bad. And of course, I'm referring to the Republican Party here. They're just explicitly bad. They tell you up front to your face, okay, we're against gay rights, we give money to billionaires, gas companies, and we like it. We believe in trickle-down economics. We don't want to raise the minimum wage. We don't want to do any kind of welfare. Of course, corporate welfare, they'll do all day long. But anyway, that's the Republican Party. They are explicitly, obviously bad. Now, the Democrats, on the other hand, supposedly the party of the people, turns out they're pretty shitty too. Now, are they marginally better than the Republicans? I'd say yes, of course, if for nothing else, social reasons. They don't hate the gays. They don't hate black people or minorities or immigrants. So for that alone, there may be a couple other things they're theoretically better than Republicans, but for that reason, the Democrats are, I would say, objectively slightly better than the Republicans. But what is worse, really, if you think about it? An entity that tells you up front that they're egregious and terrible and bad, or an entity that, in a very slimy political way, tries to make you believe that they're the better party, the party for the people and whatnot, the party for the masses. But in reality, they're basically doing the same shit, the same game as the Republicans. the bad guys, taking all the corporate money, just different set of special interests, not the gas companies, but maybe, big pharma or something like that. So that's kind of what I was getting at with this video. So what's worse than being explicitly terrible? Being terrible, but lying about it and hiding it, trying to hide it. So maybe in that way, the Democrats are just as bad at the very least, or even it could be construed to believe that they are actually worse than the Republicans because they lie about it. So, in my last video a couple weeks ago, right after the inauguration, I guess, and Biden had just won, I held back and I said, I'll let him have his day, his celebratory day, to, give him a little honeymoon period. And so here we are, a couple weeks later, and by all intents and purposes, it looks like Biden is going to govern just the way that you'd expect him to, as a watered-down, feckless, fickle, neoliberal, corporatist moderate, which is to say terrible. So all my friends on the right, maybe you'll be glad to hear me talking about Biden this way. Who knows? We'll see. It's still very early and there's still a chance. I guess they're working on the next stimulus, $1,400 dollar checks now, or 2,000, I can't remember. Honestly, I haven't been following it for the past couple weeks. I've been working on the music and other things like that. But anyway, I'll keep this short. Honeymoon period is over. Biden did his executive orders. Now Mitch McConnell and the Republicans are, of course, complaining about lack of bipartisanship, which is completely a crux of crap. We know how bipartisan they are when their man's in office. So that's a bunch of crap. But given all that, still, Biden, he could be so good if he would just listen to the progressive left. He could turn out, as crazy as it sounds, and be the most popular president since FDR. The stars are aligned for him. He could, if he just did it. But I fear he will not. And he'll just go down in history as another status quo, neoliberal, just pointless president. That's my guess early in the game here. And it's a shame, because we really are at a point in our nation's history where we're at a breaking point and things have got to change massively, drastically. So he could do it and he would be so popular. Man, another blown chance I foresee. Anyway, with that, I'll probably end up putting another tune to the end of this video. I haven't decided which, but whatever it is, enjoy it. Rock on. See you next time, guys. Later.
Heaven help us, we're coming strong. There's not a lot to mention, I know what's wrong. Waking up early, or slaving away, I sign some autographs and I get caught in red tape. I'm doing it every day, all the same. False philosophy, I got caught in the rain. I'm tired of this conversation, take me away. I'll run around town like a king without a crown, like a king town, like a king without a crown. This conversation take me away. I run around town like a king without a crown, like a king without